Hi everyone, welcome to our second entrepreneurship podcast of the year. Today we have with us Mr. Ravi Kaushik, CEO and founder of AIRTH, a startup that is working on making the air around us clean. We are all excited to hear Mr. Ravi today, especially with the air quality index making it really hard for us to breathe. Today we are all just as good as any smoker in the world in Delhi, or maybe even worse off probably. So we are eager to listen to what you have to say, Mr. Ravi. So thank you for joining with us today. To start off, can you give us an overview of your venture? What is it that you have set out to do in the industry today?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, happy to be a part. Great initiative. What we are doing, we are changing how you breathe. You should breathe clean. Currently, you're breathing very polluted air. So that's how we are changing what you breathe for your positive health. How we are doing it, there are a couple of things that we do, which is unique in many ways. Uh, so First of all, my background, I've done my graduation master's from IIT Bombay in aerosol science domain, which is more technical word of air pollution. So getting a lot of research, R&D, sophisticated instruments to use there. Then I also did minor in entrepreneurship. So that's how we started R&D based entrepreneurship club both together. And in 2020, we started developed the world's first air purifier that can destroy germs. Currently, any air purifier that you have, be it in your AC, in your air purifier, your air conditioner, or car air conditioner, they become a breeding ground for germs on continuous use, which reduces its life at the same time make it hazardous, right? Because they can resuspend again in the air around you to infect you. That was one gap that we found, and because of our research and development, we thought maybe yes, we can work around it and figure it out. We made technology starting from mathematical modeling to simulations, then to MVP prototypes, and then final market ready product. But in the way, we also figured out that there are solutions available, uh, cheap solutions which are available, but still people are not buying it, and maybe we want to get into habit of people. So first few things that you do whenever you enter your room or your house is turn on light and then turn on your AC. So if we can develop something for AC, that can be the best thing that we can do. So yes, we have done that. We have developed world's first AC car air purifier. At just 2,500 rupees, you can convert your AC into an air purifying AC for summer, for winter, any season. You can use that. And recently, we've got really overwhelming response. We are out of stock, figuring things out how to get things done operationally.
That's great to know, actually. Um, I mean, what inspired you to start your organization? I mean, enter the air purifier market, and what actually differentiates your product from the existing products in the market?
Look, born and brought up here in Delhi. So that was one of the biggest reason why I've kind of faced the issue. A lot of my relatives, even in my family, my grandmother was seriously asthmatic. So kind of seen the impact of such kind of severe air pollution is. Uh, that's what intrigued me. Also, at the same time, being engineers, right? You always try to find the most difficult challenge for yourself, right? You can figure out everything else. For example, water, right? You have a fixed volume of it, and you can clean it, and there are enough technologies around it. But air, you cannot see it. There are no fixed volume to it, right? That makes it super challenging. Also, what happens, right? If, let's say you go out, you see somebody offers you a glass of water, you see this is dirty, and you say, okay, I'll go to my home back and then I'll drink clean water. But even if when you are experiencing like it is affecting my nose, throat, etc., you can feel it because the pollution level is so high. There is no chance that you can say, okay, let me not breathe for next 1 hour. I'll go back to my home and then start breathing again, right? So that is never going to happen. So uh, even knowing that we are in such a bad situation, you are left with no solution whatsoever. So that's what we wanted to develop. sustainable air purification technology for people in large. What we have developed is, so look, there are air purifiers available in the market, but problem with them is, if you were using an air purifier, we have done this survey with a lot of people, understanding that yes, there are air purifiers available, how they use it. If I had to ask you how many months have you used it, it would be less than 2 months out of last 12 months. So that's why there is this gap. People perceive air purifier as something of very high cost but very low value, right? What we then have developed is air purifier for AC. Currently, your AC keeps on recirculating the same air over and over again, throwing polluted air at you. And what we have developed on top, just like you wear a hat, right? You wear आप टोपी पहनते हो, अपने एसी को एक टोपी बनाओ, and that's how you upgrade your AC at just 2,000 rupees. It can safeguard 4 tablespoons of dust getting into your lungs in a span of 6 to 12 months. So it's huge. We have done all those testing, tested at IIT Kanpur, tested at IIT Delhi, National Aerosol Facility. So did a lot of testing to figure out that yes, it works. And these filters are no ordinary filters, can destroy germs. Again, a technology that we developed with IIC Bangalore. We have patent for it, tested even against RCOV2. So how we are different is basically convenience. You just put it on top of your AC during summer, winter. You keep on continuously using it, and the convenience part really helps understanding your customer, right? And then the price point definitely. So nobody can beat us there. So this is how we are trying to get into habit of people at the same time providing value at the right cost.
That's great. That's great, actually. So talking about the pollution in Delhi, actually, you said you grew up here, and definitely you saw it go from bad to worse. Where do you think this is going? I mean, lately people have been attributing it to farmers burning the crops and things like that. But then it's been around for quite a long time. What's your take on it?
Look, we feel that most of air pollution is man-made, but there are things which are beyond our control. Uh, Turns out the things which are beyond our control play a very, very major role. For example, there is a phenomenon called temperature inversion. Just imagine you have a pseudo ceiling in atmosphere. When winter happens, this pseudo ceiling that we have, right, goes down, right? So now what happens, just imagine that you and me are in a room, so ceiling is coming down. Although we had same air pollutants around us, the number was same, but because the volume is decreasing, the concentration increases. So this pseudo ceiling is called temperature inversion, where we have a warm layer sandwiched in between cold layers. So this warm layer comes down, and that's the biggest challenge. So ideally speaking, and also scientifically speaking, to have same air pollution as that of during summer, you should have much lesser emission what you have during summer, right? Because abhi volume kam ho gaya. But parali, the vehicles, the firecrackers, etc., because of that, the the problem becomes worse. So it should have been like we should be emitting less, but because of such things that happen, because we have that kind of seasonality, this concentration increases. That's how it has multi-fold of effects. Uh, so you can rather say that even if we stop parali burning, because if you see before parali, before Diwali, we always see a sudden spike, and this is not because of parali or Diwali, right? It is because of that temperature inversion phenomenon that happens. So you can not, we should take it for granted that this problem is never going to be solved, and we should take right preventive action. That this is what we are trying to do. There is no cure. People need to understand these are things which are beyond our control, and with climate change, such kind of phenomenon can become better or can become more worse. So we are unsure about that factor.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
scientifically speaking, this is what happens.
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting to know about the temperature inversion. Um, so, I mean, you started off in 2020, you told. Um, what are the challenges that you faced in as an entrepreneur You came from a technical background, you had a technical solution. The business part of it would have been definitely a challenge. How did you overcome it?
Every day is a new challenge, definitely for every entrepreneur. But I feel getting a right problem statement is the most critical part that we need to look for. Currently, we all tend to be more inclined towards our solution, right? That's why my problem statement from 2020 has remained the same, although the method of solving this has changed. So I think for every entrepreneur, it is very important that he picks up a problem statement first and solution second, because solution is going to change definitely. If it is not changing, basically it means you are not evolving, you are not improving yourself. So for us, the solution has changed, so we are evolving. And because we have been like more than 1500 homes, 1500 homes have adopted already our solution of a startup, right? So it's a big deal. People do find value, right? And correct price point, correct communication, that's why they are buying it. So the challenge, I would say, team building, finding right mentors, getting funding, all of these are the baby step challenges. Then you figure out your problem solution fit, then product market fit, and then you get on a growth scale. uh, so growth stage then happens. So it should be phase wise. First, if you are able to, this is again what I think, first write problem statement. With that right problem statement, go to find mentors who have a passion for the same problem statement, because any which ways I cannot afford my mentors, right? Money wise, but I can afford them vision wise. So with that vision, that how big of a problem it is, and your contribution, because these people at that stage of their life are looking to do help and do something meaningful with limited time they have. They are not after money, right? So go with that problem statement. Your mentors will then help you connect with a lot of people in the industry. You will get more clarity on your problem statement. In While doing that, you might be able to get few connects, people who might want to join you, right? And you can get co-founders. Then go for hiring spree of interns first. This is again because we don't have that kind of money, and also we see that for next couple of years we might have that uh, financial funding wala winters. It might be a good thing that we try to go for interns first, hire 5, 10 interns, and maybe out of them one would be somebody who's passionate enough to work with you. This has happened with us again. 2, 3 of our full-time employees and who have played a very critical role in shaping our company were interns first. They turned then, because of their spirit and the kind of same vision that we had, they then were permanent employees, etc. So that trajectory happened. And then when you build a team, figure out the business case, pricing strategy, everything is second. Work on your cogs, unit economics, etc., etc. But definitely you do market analysis, figure out what your competitors are doing, always stand on the shoulder of the giants. Whatever people have done, always take a case study of that first and then try to build over it, because if you are building everything from scratch, it will take you years. So have that smart approach, divide responsibility among your teams very well, have it written down, do agreements properly. Compliance and legal can hurt you really, really bad when you are up to something good. So there are a lot of things, but I'm sure when we execute things, all of these things keep on happening, and then we also learn how to prioritize things. So it's more about priority. You will have hundreds of things that you need to do in a single day. For example, patent being one, we pay no attention to it, but it becomes very, very handy when you are going out trying to compete with giants.
Right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. There were some really good insights actually.
I think
Um,
I spoke too much.
no, no, no. I mean, especially
Like,
the
so much
intern
is
part.
right. Too
And
many points. Yeah.
great, actually. I mean, especially the keeping the workforce temporary, so that you can identify the people. You definitely need a lot of passionate people working with you. So That is
Adding to
something that I
that
can.
point, just adding to that point, look, if you even if you try to hire freshie full time, right? You'll say, let me hire freshie full time, I'll pay him this much, right? Versus let me hire 10 interns, and I'll say I'll give you right platform where you can learn, and I don't have money to pay you at this stage. Which one is better? I feel this is better, again, basis on our experience, because aspiration for new freshie is to get a better job, because at that stage the salary that he's getting is kind of associated with his ego, right? Because then your friends are doing better than you, and every relative would be asking kahan pe job lagi, kitna kamata hai, all of that. So his aspiration, you might be doing really good, your and your visions might maybe in the right direction, but his aspiration might be different because of other external factors. However, aspiration for an intern is more like, जब मैं fourth year में, final year में, whenever I am going to sit for placements, I should have a CV enriching enough where I am able to defend the work that I have done. So their aspiration is different, and that's why I feel first you go for intern and then only go for full-time people.
Definitely, yeah, sure. And I think they would bring about the latest in the technology. I mean, they would be knowing about the latest in the technology and things as well. Yeah. You are an organization trying to, mitigate the effects of and impacts of pollution. How do you take care of your own environmental impact as you do that?
Um, as my own environmental impact, uh, look, I have, so I can speak on a lot of points, because I know environmental footprint from carbon, water, and GHG emissions, etc., LCA, EIA, everything I've done. But uh, at my own house or personal level, what I do, I go to my office in a metro and then take a e-rickshaw. So this is the best I think I am able to do. Whenever, only when required, I take car. Otherwise, I always try to adopt for public transport. Apart from that, don't waste food. This is and many of us don't realize it. To grow 1 kg of rice, you have to have around 3000 liters of water, right? In similar way, you have water footprints associated with every activity that you do. Food is something that has the highest water footprints, or virtual water. The amount of water going into growing your food is huge. So don't waste food. That's the first thought process I always have, and we try to mitigate that as much as possible. Apart from that, so these are couple of things that we do, and then there can be hundred of examples that I can give, but I think these two are the most important factors.
So, you were talking about the growth and markets and how patents were important as well. Can you tell us how you're planning your future growth in your organization?
Future growth. Look, we currently, okay, let me tell you first currently where we are. So we pivoted, right? I think 10 months back we pivoted. Then we were more like, no, we are not going to make a standalone system as of now. We'll try to integrate into people's habit and make it for ACs. So what we do now is we make your ACs more efficient, be it in your home or for large buildings. So what we have done, so you have to always have a very niche that you want to go for during first stage. So we thought, let's go for split ACs only, because on an average we sell around 70 to 90 lakh units of ACs in 1 year, and their life cycle to be around 7 years. So there is a huge market, and almost 90% of them are split AC. So that's how we decided, after doing a lot of market research, and going B2B doesn't make sense at first stage, because B2B sales cycle is very long, and then there is a relationship game that you need to play with them. So overall, we can't do that. So that's why we went for split AC. Wala thing developed a very unique solution. Uh, did all the background validation, etc., and then hit for only one market, that was Amazon. We thought, okay, let's see. Uh, this is what we feel that has a lot of value, but will other people feel, our potential customers, will they feel that it has value? So we tried to make right graphics, right content, right videos around the product, and put it on Amazon, because again, spending a lot of money on social media ads, influencers doesn't make sense in the first go. So our focus and for the last 6 7 months was not to make more sales. It was more to what we feel, are we able to, our hypothesis, is it valid? uh, so turns out yes, it is. During the first 6 months we were able to sell 1,000 units. Then we identified maybe yes, people, and also during this time we found couple of unique use cases, that how people are using it. We never expected that it can be also used in such a way. Then improvising on our communication again, then working on our content again. uh, but three major goals: first is, people able to find value in this? Are people able to perceive what we are telling them, what we think we are telling them, right? And that only happens when they've purchased it. You go to them, ask them, sir, aapne kyun kharida, right? Take that, can you help us with that entire journey? What triggered you to buy this when there are hundreds of other solutions out there? And is the price point right? So all these three things, we that was our focus, to first get them right. And if there are some challenges with our product when people are using it, let's fix them first, and then we try to scale up. Because of this pollution issue, we didn't think that we will get this much overwhelming response, but we did. Like in a day we are getting around 100 orders, so that's too much for us to even uh, like cater to, and we are struggling definitely at this stage. And we know this is seasonal, but it really helps you to understand that okay, maybe next year similar spike will happen, and what can be expected out of it. Now our plan is to scale up, and how to do that is basically, first is definitely always growth marketing, right? Then only one Amazon, one e-commerce we are on, and then now we will try to expand in all other e-commerce. General trade, modern trade are other things. General trade you should go for last. Modern trade like Chroma, etc., we want to tap into one, because if we are able to do one, others will follow. We want to have distributors at various different places, but we are not going for that, because if we go to any distributor, you lose all your leverage power, right? So first, what we want to do, get on to modern trade. If we are able to, let's say, crack one local brand, the distributor will then chase us. This is what we feel, and this is the strategy that we are going after. Then our ultimate goal is not to just keep on selling via Amazon, etc., etc. We want to tie up with big companies who are making lakhs of units, right? So our again aim is to tie up with any one of these AC manufacturers or AC brands, so that we are okay if we are not doing our branding. Filters can be ours, because our main USP is the filter that we do. And these filters can be in your car, in every any other place, but the application can be different, and we want to tie up with big companies. So that is what we are trying to aim for, to become OEMs of these OEMs of ACs. So this is how we are planning, then getting hiring, and then of course funding, etc., that helps. But yeah, this is a very strategic thing we are trying to do. But your mentors really help you to understand right step at the right time. We also have done a couple of case studies where we kind of, for large buildings, we have done a mall where we are providing clean air, and we have reduced their energy efficiency. So that's a unique concept altogether. And we have successful case studies now, because for last 3 months we had two people just working on this. So now we have built that case study. Now we are going out in the market saying that, okay, you have so much employees and they might be breathing poor quality air. Let us do an audit, figure out what are the challenges, and we'll get the right solution for you. So we have done 4 5 projects on that, but that is still at nascent stage. Again, one liner, we make ACs more efficient, be it in your home or large buildings. This is what we are doing, and we try to be in that trajectory. Couple of R&D also going at the back end with professors, but still in R&D phase.
Really, I mean, it's actually I've actually worked in the HVAC part in my previous job. So yeah, I can actually pretty much relate to things you're saying. And yeah, currently we are specializing, me and Aditya, we are specializing in sustainable management under our
Okay.
MBAs. So, when you talked about circularity and LCA, we were able to relate to it much. So I just wanted to ask, like, we have come across business models, different types of business model where rather than, a product is being offered, a product as a service is being offered, especially under the circularity models and things like that. Have you considered such models, maybe for customer retention for long term, things like that?
It completely depends on the size of ticket size of your product, right? If it is, let's say, in few lakhs, then you want to cater to hundreds of such customers, then you have to have a banker. To have a banker, you need a very strong balance sheet, right? To have very strong balance sheet, you already should be having a lot of customers. So that again becomes a challenge unless you have something somebody as a strategic partner, some organization as a strategic partner who says that okay, I'll back you up with the finance part, and this is what our general terms and conditions would be. In terms of, so this is for B2B what I'm talking about, but for B2C, some look, subscription, you have to have a lot of people. Then look, for for our business case particularly, you want scalability, right? First goal of any startup is scalability. For us, just imagine that if we are giving it as a subscription, people would expect that okay, because I've subscribed, somebody will come and do everything possible. For us to have that kind of manpower, we'll have to collaborate with somebody, and then maybe also lose a lot in terms of profitability of the product. Uh,
Mhm.
so that's why, because you don't want dependability on anybody, right? During the initial
Mhm.
stage of your product. So one, dependability, and then also a ground team who might be doing, they might be doing something entirely different what you have trained them for. We have done that during summer season, because every these AC servicing people will go to your house, right? We collaborated with three of them. We even offered like equivalent to what they earn in a single day, right? Equivalent to what you earn, around 500 rupees they earn in a single day. We said, we'll give you 500 rupees. Will you be able to just make one purchase per unit? You'll get 500 rupees. Equivalent what they make when they work around 10 to 12 hours in that day, and they were not able to sell the product. Just imagine that. And so we figured out it is very challenging, and subscription where you will, they will be your army then, right? Even when we are going for subscription. So I think to be at that maturity stage, we are still early. For example, most of our orders during summer season were from South India, and getting subscription model for South India, getting people would be a huge challenge, and that's why DIY, very simple, 1 minute installation, do it yourself. And whenever you want to change the filter, you can again purchase it and do it again yourself. Uh, so hopefully we will do that subscription model in the future to come. But I think what we were discussing was more about why for us at this stage it does not make sense. So it's completely dependent on what kind of business line you are in, the product that you follow. But I just wanted to explain for us why it is not making sense at this stage.
Yeah, completely understand. I mean, you would want to keep it light in the beginning of your
Correct.
growth state. Yeah. So completely understand. So, any other advices you have for most of our audience would be from the sustainable management background and also MBA students. Any advice you have for our people?
Right. Look, sustainability is the new thing, and everybody knows about this. Getting into this field, I think it is still very nascent. Um and a lot of companies, because again of SEBI orders, now top 500 first, and then they've increased to top 1000, that you now have to disclose your carbon footprints. It is coming into limelight, and uh, previously it was more like voluntarily. Now it is more regulatory. People have to do it, and slowly they will penetrate deeper into MSMEs also. So I believe sustainability, just like how every company, be it small, big, it has accounts team always, right? It will have sustainability team. I This is what I feel, for any startup, you will have a sustainability team also. Uh, so that's what I'm really positive about that. Plus, so this is what the future holds for sustainability people, mostly in. And then there are different fields that one can go into. One is analytics, then second more about product. With some product you are decreasing the carbon, whatever emissions that we are working on. So I feel at this stage the market is more about analytics of it. You do analysis and then figure out what things can you do, what changes can you make. uh, right? So I think that is the sector which will early grow much faster. The product wala thing, for some startups, they are making such products, but still it would be a challenge till we are able to get the unit economics right of it. And in terms of MBA, look, MBA people are really good in so many things, and I feel I've learned a lot from MBA guys that whom I've worked with. Uh, so yeah, it's interesting to be in that field where you have to have so much challenge. Particularly MBA is also like which expertise are you into. For example, you are into sustainability, but you have to learn. Even if you are into sustainability, I'm sure you would have learned about operations and then marketing, communication, right? All of that. So I think that ways it plays a very critical role for any organization. Having MBA guys really help any startup or large organization. So it is really important. And what you guys teach as MBA is how one can learn so many things in very limited time. So kudos to people who do MBA. But yeah, let's do a startup and maybe you can do 3, 4 MBAs in 2 years.
Sure. So, yeah. Thank you very much for your kind words. So, I mean, we definitely would learned a lot actually personally as well, and I'm sure our viewers would also pick up a lot, especially from the technology side and the technical things in the of air pollution, things about air pollution and things like that. So yeah, uh, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. That's about all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Bye.